Everything begins in the mind. Before a success, before a failure, there is a thought, and that thought shapes everything. I didn't go from this guy here to the guy I am today without completely changing my mindset. So this PowerPoint, this video today, is how you can change your mindset and how powerful the mind actually is to becoming the person, becoming the man that you actually want to be. So let's get straight into this. Here's a picture of me when I was using drugs on a daily basis, when I was drinking constantly to run away from the man that I was, the man that I had become, or should I say the boy. This picture here was a couple of days ago. I am now the man who I wanted to always be. Of course, I still have improvements to make. Of course, I'm still a student of life. But the change from this guy on the left to this guy on the right is absolutely exponential. Everything in my life has changed. And it started with a thought. It started with my mindset. My Instagram bio, if you go to my Instagram, which is down in the description, is change your mindset, change your reality. Because that is exactly what it will take. You have to completely destroy your old self to become the man that you want to become. So Mastering Your Mindset, the key to long-term change by Zachary Cox, which is of course me. Let's get into this. So the purpose of this video is to help men realize they are not stuck in their ways. The whole reason I created this YouTube channel was to make men become the best version of themselves, was to motivate, inspire men that you are not stuck as the person you are now. You can completely turn your life around. Change is completely possible. Don't let your mindset now stop you from achieving what you want in this life. Start to believe that change is possible. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it all starts with one thought. That one thought that you want to completely kill your old self. That one thought that you actually want change. If you don't believe something is possible, how are you ever going to be able to do it? You need to believe. I didn't get believe tattooed on my neck for no reason. I got it in a time where I didn't believe in myself. I was insecure. But I always knew in the end that things would work out. So I always had that slight belief in the back of my head that things were possible. Here's a picture of me in Fuerteventura, drinking, smoking cigarettes, not satisfied with who I was. I can't say that I wasn't happy in that picture because at that time, that moment in time, I was happy. But I didn't realize how quickly I would go downhill. Let's get into the next slide. Fixed versus growth mindset. The fixed mindset is belief that abilities and intelligence are static. So if you're in a fixed mindset, you believe that change isn't possible. You believe that you are stuck the way you are. If I believed that in this picture, I never would have grown from that guy there, that little boy there, who had to go through so much shit to turn his life around. I needed that growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and effort. And the impact, the mind influences decisions, behaviors, and outcomes. I need you to understand in this video that your mind is so much more powerful than you realize. One thought can completely turn your life around. I didn't go from the guy in this picture here to the man I am today by staying in a fixed mindset, by not believing that change is possible. Even though I was stuck in the same cycle, in this picture I was smoking weed every single day. I wasn't satisfied with the life I was living. I mean, for the average person, yeah, I had a Ford Fiesta. I had clothes, whether they were nice or not. I mean, I look interesting in that picture to say the least. But I had the average things what people strive for, but I still wasn't satisfied. I still wasn't happy. I knew that there was so much more to life. And I knew that I wanted to become a better man. I didn't want to be that guy in that Ford Fiesta smoking weed for the rest of my life. Like, I'd seen the people around me. I'd seen the people in my area. I had to start distancing myself from people who were like this. Because they say that you hang around 4 guys who smoke weed, you'll be the 5th. Well, on the other hand, if you hang around 4 millionaires, you will be the 5th. Place yourself around people that you want to be like. If you have friends, I've made a video about this. Don't let your friends, or your friends are killing your progress. If you want to look at that, that digs deeper into how much your friends can affect who you are as a man. So yeah, mindset influences decisions, behaviors, and outcomes. We've been through this. So examples in my life. As a coach, as a life mentor, as someone who is teaching people how to turn their life around, I walk the walk. I'm not going to sit here and say, get in a cold shower every morning, go on a run, get in the gym, start meditating, start reading. I will not say all these things if I'm not doing it myself. These are the things what completely turned my life around. From this guy here, on the day after his, I think, 20th birthday, absolutely on a huge come down because he'd been using drugs all the night before. This guy here, who was skinny, insecure, angry, a little boy who thought he had the world figured out, was angry with the world. You don't go from this guy here to this guy here with a fixed mindset. You go from this guy, or this boy should I say, to this better man. As I said at the start of the video, I don't think I have it all figured out. I'm still learning. But I've definitely improved massively in the mind and in my body through having a growth mindset. Start believing that change is possible, and maybe you can start getting in the shape you want to get in, being the man that you want to be, rather than staying stuck in a cycle of drugs, addiction, being skinny, being insecure. To become the man you actually want to be, secure in yourself, confident. It doesn't come with one quick fix. It comes with repeated positive habits every single day. If you haven't already, read the book called Atomic Habits, which is about getting them 1% wins every single day. You think they're small on the day-to-day basis, but when you add 1% wins up every day over the span of 1 year, huge improvements, absolutely huge. Let's get on to the next slide. So mindset shifting. This video isn't about just telling you, oh, this is how powerful your mind is. Let's actually put that into practice. So refrain from negative thoughts. Look at the bright side in life. I've been through many shit times in my life, but I always tried to look at the bright side. I always tried to stay positive. Oh, I've left this job. I'm going to a new job. It was a time for growth. Maybe you're in a situation where you're moving jobs. It's a new leaf in your life, bro. It's a new journey for you to grow. Focus on opportunities, not failures. Failures for me, I see them as lessons. I didn't get a tattoo on my hand saying I can take a lesson from the darkness for no reason. I got that on my hand because the mistakes to me, the darkness, they were all lessons. You can take a lesson from the darkness. What can I learn from the situation? Analyze, assess. You think it's a negative situation? What positiveness can you take? I'm not here to waste your time. Let's get into the key takeaways, what you can take from this video. I could turn this into an hour video just by waffling over the same points, but I want to make it efficient. Within the 15 minutes that you've watched this video, I want you to have something to take away. So the key takeaways from this video: understanding the power of mindset. We started this video off on telling you how powerful the mind is, that one thought can change everything. Start using the advice I have given today. Lasting changes start with shifting your perspective. You have a negative thing that happens in your life, shift your perspective and see if there's a positive that you can take from it. As I've mentioned about the mistakes being lessons, any mistake you make in this life, treat it as a lesson and analyze, what can I take from this mistake? I made many mistakes in my life. If I didn't take a lesson from them, I never would have grown, I never would have learned to become the man that I am today. And if I stayed in the same mindset I previously had, my life would have never changed. I was so low. I was using drugs. I was smoking weed first thing in the morning before I'd eaten, before I brushed my teeth, before I'd even had a sip of water. The first thing I'd think of when I woke up was, let me go and smoke weed. I was drinking alcohol almost every single day. On the weekends, I would drink so much alcohol, I would black out. And then to come back from the blackouts, I'd be using cocaine to balance it all out so I could drink more and more. I didn't become the person I am now, who's 6 months sober, who's positive, who works out every day, within one night. It was many mistakes that I had to make to eventually realise, right, I don't want this life anymore. I want to become a man of integrity. I want to become a man of morals. And you can do that as well with that one thought. I'm a prime example of it being possible to completely turn your life around now. I'm sure from what I've just explained, you can see that I wasn't always this guy. Now I'm helping men do the same. My Instagram DMs are always open. Here's my Instagram. If you feel like you're not satisfied with your life, if you feel like you've always known that there was more to life, but you just never knew how to go about it, as I've said, I'm a prime example of turning your life around. And now I'm helping men do the exact same, getting in shape. I'm not a fitness coach. As you can see here, DM me Rebirth. I want to completely make you feel as if you're reborn. You can become the man who you've always wanted to be. Make that move today. Drop me a DM. Any advice that I can give you, I'll give you for free. And if you really want to take this seriously, DM me Rebirth and we'll get you straight on the Rebirth protocol. Guys, I hope that helped you. I hope you can take something away from this video. And if you need the help, DM me on Instagram, or you can also book a call. Everything is down in the description how to get hold of me. Cheers, guys.